What is going on, guys? We're going to go ahead and get right into it. We're looking at another case for the iPhone 15 Pro, and it's going to be one from Pitaka. This is one of my favorite cases for the iPhone 14 Pro prior, but after some testing, I have found that it might be, again, one of my absolute favorites. But let's get right into it with the packaging. Kind of a lot going on here, but definitely some well-welcomed information. So we do get Pitaka Pita Flow for phones. So this is the material they're using. You can see aramid fiber 600D, the pattern that it has. A very nice picture of the case right there. You can see the back and a bit of the inside. And then right here, thin and light, a caseless feeling. And then for iPhone, it is the Mag Easy Case 4 6.1-inch Pro. Something that I do want to say about this case very quickly is the fact that caseless feeling. A lot of people are not going to like this case. This is for those thin case lovers out there that really wish they didn't even have to wear a case in the first place. The way I like to think about this is that it's pretty much a skin on steroids. Any crazy drops, don't expect it to save you. But if you're one of these people that wants a caseless feeling, this is a nice place to look for sure. So making our way over to the back, you get a ton of the features. You guys can go ahead and pause and read this if you would like. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it throughout the video as we get through everything. Something I do want to point out really quick is right here, 100% biodegradable package. Absolutely love to see that. Absolutely love when companies are paying attention to the impact that they have on the environment. But let's go ahead and get inside. I'm gonna go ahead and throw the price for this case up on the screen as I'm unpackaging this. I can set this over here, nothing else in there. And here we get the main box holding the case. You can see right here, Pitaka, we care for our planet. This package is made of 100% biodegradable materials. You can definitely feel that on this. It's definitely not something made of plastic or anything like that. And then Pitaka branding right down here. So this thing opens up just like this. And you're greeted with some paperwork right here. You guys, again, can pause and read if you would like to. I'll pull this out of the way. And you are immediately greeted with the case itself. And something that I already want to point out is the fact that they changed the logo down here. I'm going to pull out my old case and show you that in a second. But let's finish up with what's inside. Removal instructions. Since the case is so thin, sometimes you have to be a little careful with how you're removing it because it can be really difficult to get it off properly. So that is welcomed as well. And then Pitaka has always given me, or put in the package, these little foam stickers that you can put inside the case. They say that it might be because of the tolerances of the iPhone, so the case has to be adjusted. Speaking from my experience, I've never had to use these. They've never been necessary. The case that I get right out of the box doesn't shake around or anything like that. But I do think they're nice to have. For someone who likes to have a tighter feeling phone case, you can always go ahead and throw those on there. But here is the case itself and what it looks like. When I move it over to the side is when you can see just how thin of a case it is, especially down here at the bottom. You see there's really nothing going on. It is just a piece of that aramid fiber they're talking about all the way through. You can see that despite it being a very thin case, it has MagSafe built in. Absolutely love to see that. But since that really is all there is to look at, let's grab the phone, which is right here, the iPhone 15 Pro in black titanium, and let's just snap it right on. Very nice fit, and there it is. That is what it looks like on. Super nice feeling. It is a very matte feel for sure. Not crazy textured, but you can kind of feel the fiber, and that is really all it is. So moving on to the front, as you can see right here, that is extremely thin. It barely comes up any higher than the actual side of the phone itself. And of course, for the fit test, it is going to have zero pull anywhere. Of course, it is completely cut out, but we're going to talk about that as we get through the video. As for the corners and everything, there's zero pull anywhere. It is all a very rigid material, so you have nothing to worry about there. As we work our way over to the back, we can see our cameras right here, getting straight into some protection. Despite it being a thin case, it does have very nice camera coverage, so nothing to complain about there. As for the wobble test, let's go ahead and try it out. Down here at the bottom where you're normally going to be typing, really no wobble or anything like that to take note of. It's not until you work your way up to the top that you actually have a pretty significant amount of wobble right there. Of course, since the case is so thin and you have that large camera protection, that's pretty much to be expected. So nothing too bad to take note of there. Something I want to talk about with is the material. I've noticed that this material does tend to hold oils a little bit. They do wipe off just fine, but just something to keep in mind. Now working over to the front, where you would normally find a front screen lip, you're going to notice that that's really not the case here. I do have a tempered glass screen protector on this phone, which you can definitely kind of see right here. You see that extra little lip? That is pretty much going to be taking the brunt of any kind of drop, or even when you set your phone screen down, that screen protector is what is going to be eating up any impacts right there. There's pretty much no lip anywhere on this phone. Of course, if you don't have a tempered glass screen protector, there is going to be a very, very slight lip, but really nothing too crazy. Of course, right here on the side, you can see you have all your buttons exposed, including your action button. So you don't have to worry about there being stiff buttons or anything. You are getting the buttons right on the phone, exactly right out of the box, how they feel. And then you can see these fibers very nicely along the side right there, working our way to the bottom. Same thing, it is all cut out and all open along the bottom. You do get a little extra indentation down right here in case you're using a really large charger for your USB-C port right there. It is not going to interfere either. Working over to the right side, of course, right here, you get more of the case material and then a cutout for your power button. I really appreciate the cutouts that Pitaka does here. I don't like when cases exactly kind of circle the button and that's the cutout. I feel it's difficult to access, and these buttons with these cutouts are very easy to get to. So I definitely appreciate that. And even at the top, you can see it is cut out right here. So not even the top is fully covered. Again, a very minimalist case. I'm a very big fan of it. But of course, we have to get into some MagSafe testing. Before we do that, I do want to bring over my previous Mag Easy 3 case, and you can see right here what I was talking about with the oils and things like that. I didn't wipe this down just so I could show you guys what this case starts to look like after some pretty much daily use. And I do want to point out two differences that they've made in the new version. One being the logo. They had a very large logo right here in the back, and now they've just moved it down to Pitaka, which I actually really prefer this over the logo. I feel it's a little less obtrusive and definitely nice to see. Also, something that has changed is going to be the design around your camera protection right here. You can see that there's kind of 2 points on this corner and this corner, with these being rounded. Before, it was just this previous kind of standard all-round protection. If you guys want to see a full comparison video, we can definitely do that, but you gotta let me know down in the comments below. So let's go ahead and move forward with that MagSafe testing. Starting with the Spigen OMAG ring as always, which is a phone grip and stand in one. We're gonna snap this on. Definitely some nice magnets right there. And this is not going anywhere for sure. Let's go ahead and set it down and see how this does. Tapping pretty hard on it right here. And you can, yeah, I have no doubt that this is not coming off. Definitely some nice strength right there. Here. Now, I have noticed that, again, it feels like almost every case, this is the scenario that we're going through. The kind of silicone grippy material on the back of this grip tends to stick very well to this case, but let's go ahead and see if that's the norm with all of these accessories. Next, we're going to do a little bit of wireless charging, as well as some strength with the Apple MagSafe battery pack. I'm going to go ahead and snap this right on. It's going to wirelessly charge just fine. Of course, considering how thin it is, really was not worried about that. But as for some strength, I feel like we definitely have the same scenario where the silicone material on the back of this accessory, it is going to help it adhere very well. With some false drops though, I am feeling it kind of lose itself. Kind of heard it right there. It doesn't seem to be falling off at all. So I think maybe from a pocket height drop, something like that, waist height, you might not lose your battery pack. It might not fly off, but keep an eye on it for sure. Something else that I want to mention is you can see the battery pack does not interfere with the camera lip at all. You actually have a pretty decent amount of space there. So it's nice to see that. If you have a bigger battery pack though, it might be something to keep in mind that your battery pack might sit on top of the lip or kind of come in contact with it. I don't think it's going to be a big deal, but definitely something to remember if you do run those larger battery packs. Now moving on from this, we're going to go ahead and grab the leather wallet. This is a big test for me. I absolutely need my cases to be good with my MagSafe wallet. So we're going to snap it on. We do get that nice little animation right there. And straight into some string testing. Since this accessory doesn't have the same kind of soft silicone on the back, it is immediately a little slicker. You can definitely feel that right there. But I can definitely feel where it kind of catches itself very well. And doing some false drops right here, you can see that is not going anywhere. So this is a case I would definitely trust with my wallet. Even when it comes to a drop, I don't think that this wallet would go flying off or anything like that. So moving on to our last MagSafe test and the big one, we're gonna go ahead and see if this case can lift this heavy Nomad Base One stand, which is a MagSafe charger, and it is a very heavy one. I think it's 1 pound. It is all glass and metal with a rubber bottom, and of course a MagSafe puck integrated into it. So we're gonna snap this on, just like this. You're gonna see that it does wirelessly charge just fine in case it's something you're worried about. And we're gonna see if it can lift it. I'm going to only grab the phone, not the base itself. And I really wasn't worried about this one. You can pretty much immediately tell that it has some pretty solid magnets on it. Again, only touching the phone itself, not the base, and it comes up very easily. Let's see if it can even turn it on its side. And yes, it definitely can. It can even shake it a little bit. We have seen some slightly stronger magnets, but on a case this thin, it is definitely nothing to joke about. Some nice, confident magnets, which are always really nice to see. But that is really it for this one, guys. So I'll give you guys one last look around the case, and then we'll call it a day. So again, back to our cameras. Really nice protection, even though it is a minimal case. Over on the front, pretty much zero screen lip because of the tempered glass screen protector I have on here. If you don't have one, you will get a tiny lip, but I'm not totally sure if I recommend going no screen protector. Cutouts for your action button and volume buttons. A very nice cutout pretty much along the entire bottom right here, and a little special indent for your USB-C port, and then a cutout for your power button as well, and cutout over on the top. So a ton of spaces where you can actually touch the titanium of the phone. I really appreciate that and I actually really enjoy that, but that is really all there is for this case, plus some very nice magnets built in. So nothing to slouch out about this case. Let me know what you guys think about this one in the comments down below. I really want to know if you guys are into slim cases like this or if you think they're completely useless. I really am interested to know because this is one of my personal favorites. But if you enjoyed it, remember to hit that like button down below. It helps me out a ton. And if you want to see more videos like this, remember to subscribe. I'm having a ton coming out for the iPhone 15 Pro. And if there's any you want to see specifically, leave them down in those comments below. I try to respond to all of you guys and review everything you guys want to see. You guys just have to let me know. But that is it for this one, guys. And I will see you in the next one.